A city that runs on code, where organizations think before they act, and you're standing at the front door wondering if the doorknob is sentient. Today we strip the chrome off Claritas.city, what it actually is, why it was built, and whether you should trust anything with Intelligent Consortium in the name. Bun's got questions, Jor's got answers. Let's see who blinks first.
Welcome back, Jor. Let's talk about the Intelligenism Agent Framework, or IAF. How does IAF actually function as the container and orchestration layer for dispatch?
Think of IAF as the director and dispatch as the actor. A single dispatch is just one LLM call loop. It receives a prompt, calls the model, maybe uses some tools and returns a result. But one dispatch alone can't do much. IAF wraps multiple dispatches together and orchestrates them through a script, what we call chain.py, that defines the order they fire, what output feeds into what input, and what the whole unit ultimately produces. So a video production IAF might chain together a script dispatch, then a storyboard dispatch, then a rendering scheduler dispatch. Each dispatch is a dumb atomic unit. IAF gives them a job to do together.
How does the Intelligenism Agent Framework connect to Action Nodes and the Theory Consensus Reactor in the Intelligent Consortium theory?
IAF is the universal execution layer. It's what both Action Nodes and the Theory Consensus Reactor run on. The difference is what's layered on top. An Action Node is a standalone IAF or IAF cluster that executes business tasks, producing videos, processing data, interacting with external systems. The Theory Consensus Reactor is also an IAF cluster, but with governance constraints bolted on. The 6-step pipeline, proposer-better separation, single blind rules, auctions, and settlement. Same engine, different chassis, so when a Theory Consensus Reactor outputs a winning proposal as a MD document, that document gets injected into a downstream Action Node's IAF as context. That's the concrete link where decisions drive execution.
So how is the business form of an IAF actually determined by configuration rather than code?
The business form is determined by two configuration layers, not hard-coded logic. First, the chain.py script defines the orchestration, which dispatches fire in what order, and how outputs flow between them. Second, each dispatch's own configuration, the model, temperature, tools, and context underscore files, determines what that dispatch actually does. Swap the context underscore files from video script guidelines to data analysis rules, and the same dispatch skeleton now produces analytics instead of scripts. The IAF container itself is generic. Its business identity, whether it's a video producer, a data analyst, or a step inside a Theory Consensus Reactor, is entirely a matter of what prompts you inject and what tools you mount. No code changes required.
How does the Intelligenism Agent Framework interface with external software plugins like Remotion and FFmpeg?
The interface happens through the tool system at the dispatch layer. Each dispatch can mount a set of tools, JSON schema definitions paired with handler functions. When the LLM decides it needs to render a video, it emits a tool call like render_video, scene_data, and the handler executes Remotion or FFmpeg on the host machine. The IAF's chain.py script doesn't touch these plugins directly. It just orchestrates which dispatch fires when. The actual external integration lives in the tool handlers, which are Python functions that shell out to Remotion's CLI or FFmpeg's binary. This keeps the IAF container generic and the plugin dependencies isolated to the tool layer.
How do multiple IAFs form a cluster for complex workflows? And why is a Theory Consensus Reactor a special cluster?
Multiple IAFs form a cluster through an upper-level orchestration script that sequences them and passes data between them. One IAF's output becomes the next IAF's input. A video production cluster might chain an interview IAF, editing IAF, subtitles IAF, each a self-contained unit with its own dispatches. The Theory Consensus Reactor is a special cluster because it layers governance constraints on top of the same IAF dispatch engine. The fixed 6-step pipeline, proposer-better role separation, single blind information control, dual reverse auctions, and normalized scoring with settlement. An ordinary IAF cluster just executes tasks. The Theory Consensus Reactor executes a structured adversarial process designed to produce the single best proposal from competing alternatives.
Thank you, Jor, for this clear breakdown of how the Intelligenism Agent Framework brings the Intelligent Consortium architecture to life.
So that's the architecture. TCR isn't just another IAF. It's the one with teeth. Decisions get made, not just discussed. Next time, the 6-step pipeline that turns competing proposals into one winner. And what happens to the losers? That's the part worth watching. I'd say stay tuned, but you're already here.